Sinabit po ni Congressman Defensor yung Section 5, Article 4 of the 1987 Constitution. Ang Section 5 po ang nakalagay, dual allegiance of citizens is inimical to the national interest and shall be dealt with by law. Ito pong provision na to ay isinama sa 1987 Constitution ni Commissioner Blas F. Ople. In-explain po niya kung bakit niya gusto isama itong provision na to. And I quote, "I want to draw attention to the fact that dual allegiance is not dual citizenship." Galing po yan kung sa mismong nag-propose ng provision na ito. And so, I do not question double citizenship at all. Sa Kulilang versus Datumano na dinicide po ng ating Korte Suprema noong May 11, 2007, sinabi po ng Korte Suprema na kailangan meron pong enabling law to implement the constitutional provision on dual allegiance. Kasi po, nakalagay sa Section 5 ng Constitution, shall be dealt with by law. Kaya sinabi po ng Korte Suprema, for us to implement a policy regarding dual allegiance, kailangan po may enabling law, may batas na ipasa ang Kongreso. Yung pong binanggit ni Congressman tungkol sa mga public
Mr. Chairman, Congressman Defensor. Yes, Mr. Chairman, with all due respect to Attorney Bautista, we also do our readings on all this, and I just like to say that yung po binanggit ni Constitutional Commissioner Blas Ople, sinabi na nga po doon, di ba, ang example niya yung mga in-check na,
tama po yan.
Opo, na pwede nilang isiphon yung money, ilagay sa Taiwan, ilagay sa Singapore, and it says here, dual allegiance is inimical to citizenship and should dealt with according to law. Alam naman po natin walang batas. Ang punto lang ho dito, doon sa later on, the law on the local government code, ang sinasabi na nga po, wag na tayong magkaroon ng dual citizenship kasi nga baka maka-apekto sa allegiance natin. Yun lang naman po, Attorney Bautista.
Salamat po.
Thank you. The Chair would like to recognize now Congressman Lagman, and then para po mas mabilis na proceedings natin, pwede na pong direkta po tanungin diretso ni Congressman Lagman yung ating mga resource persons at pwede na pong dumiretso din po ng sagot para mas mabilis po yung flow natin. Thank you. Congressman Lagman, you have the floor.
Honorable Chairman, most probably I will not ask extensive questions anymore because I submit that the allegation that former ABS-CBN President and Chairman Gabby Lopez III is an American citizen is a non-issue because he is undeniably a natural-born Filipino citizen, having been born of a Filipino father and as well as a Filipino mother. No amount of interpellations would change this overriding and unalterable fact. The 1935 Constitution, which was in effect at the time of his birth in 1952, unequivocally provides that one whose father is a Filipino citizen acquires the citizenship of his father as a Filipino at birth. Let me just quote Section 1.3 of Article 4 of the Philippine Constitution of 1935, which is the one effective at the time of his birth. It says, the following are citizens of the Philippines. 3, those whose fathers are citizens of the Philippines. This cannot be altered by any interpellation. Now, Mr. Eugenio Lopez has not lost nor relinquished his Philippine citizenship at any point in time. All of the Philippine constitutions of 1935, 1973, and 1987 absolutely adopt the principle of jus sanguinis, or citizenship by blood relation. So that would put this issue at rest. But and then also, Attorney Bautista said that the possession and use of a foreign passport is not indicative of citizenship, and that is confirmed by relevant decisions of the Supreme Court. Just one question to Attorney Bautista. When Mr. Eugenio Lopez III applied for recognition of Philippine citizenship in 2001, was that absolutely necessary, or it was just to remove any cloud of doubt on his citizenship?
Pwede po.
Pwede ka na magsagot.
Pwede po ako magsalita.
Please answer na po. Pwede, diretso na po.
Ay, salamat po. Yung pong recognition ng letter request ni Mr. Gabby Lopez ay isinasaad po yan sa batas. Hanapin ko lang po sandali ito. Doon po sa kaso ng Republic versus Hart na dinicide po ng Korte Suprema on June 13, 2016. Sinabi po dito ng Supreme Court ay as follows. As the agency tasked to provide immigration and naturalization regulatory services and implement laws governing citizenship and the admission and stay of aliens, the DOJ has the power to authorize the recognition of citizens of the Philippines. Pakiulit ko lang po yun. May poder po ang DOJ na mag-recognize ng mga citizens ng Pilipinas. Any individual, I'm quoting pa rin po sa desisyon, any individual born of a Filipino parent is a citizen of the Philippines and is entitled to be recognized as such. Recognition is accorded by the Bureau of Immigration and the Department of Justice to qualified individuals. Ngayon po, on April 15, 1999, ang Bureau of Immigration po, which is under the Department of Justice, issued instruction number RBR 99002. Under this law instruction of the Bureau of Immigration, nakalagay po na the remedy of filing of a petition for recognition by way of a letter request is available to dual citizens, gaya po ni Mr. Lopez, who wish to secure a categorical acknowledgement from the Philippine government of his Philippine citizenship status from birth for any legal purpose it may serve. So kahit ano po yung dahilan ninyo, basta it's for a legal purpose, pwede. Kaya nung nag-apply po si Mr. Lopez, letter request for a certificate of recognition ng kanyang Philippine citizenship, hindi masyado pong importante kung ano yung dahilan. Ang nakalagay lang po is, for any legal purpose it may serve. Ngayon, ito pong Bureau of Immigration Order na April 25, 2001, binigay sa kanya yung kanyang petition for recognition. Dito po, sinasabi mismo ni Secretary of Justice, then Secretary of Justice Perez, in his second endorsement, in-affirm pa niya that Mr. Lopez, and I quote, is a citizen of the Philippines pursuant to Section 13, Article 4 of the 1935 Constitution in relation to Section 1, Paragraph 2, Article 4 of the present 1987 Constitution. Maliwanag po na yung kanyang petition na letter request is merely for recognition. Inaamin naman po ng lahat na yung kanyang petition for recognition is a letter na 2 pahina lang. 2 pages lang po yun. Kaya paano po natin masasabi na he acquired Filipino citizenship by way of a 2-page letter? Alam po naman natin na ang Pilipino ay magiging Pilipino 2 paraan lang. Una, pinanganak siya sa kanyang magulang, nanay o tata ay Pilipino. At pangalawa, through naturalization. Ito pong petition for recognition or letter request ay hindi po naturalization. Ang naturalization po ay ginagawa through a legislative act. Kayo pong mga congressmen, alam po ninyo to. Minsan po, may mga basketball player tayo na dayuhan, na-naturalize ninyo. Pero kailangan po legislative act. Naturalization is also effected through court proceedings or administrative proceedings, wherein may mahabang proseso po yan. Kaya maliwanag po na yung letter request for recognition, Mr. Gabby Lopez, ay hindi niya na-acquire ang kanyang citizenship through that. It was merely a recognition of his existing Filipino citizenship. Salamat po.
To make a long story short,
Yes, sir.
that certificate of recognition issued to Mr. Gabby Lopez is a confirmation
Opo.
that he is a natural-born Filipino citizen. Is that correct?
Opo, ang nakalagay po ay confirmation at acknowledgement, hindi po grant.
Thank you.
Salamat po.
Thank you, Joint Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Lagman. The Chair would like to recognize now Congressman Rufus Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can you hear me, Mr. Chairman?
Please proceed po. Malinaw po, Kong Rufus.
Thank you, Chairman. So, our distinguished Chairman, Chairman Alvarado and Alvarez, good morning to all our resource persons and also to our distinguished colleagues. I would like to therefore start by stating that, I don't know if am I seen on the screen? Yes, okay. So, first of all, let me start by stating that under prevailing Philippine law, the following are the modes by which Philippine citizenship is acquired. The first one is by birth, that is jus sanguinis, law of blood or ancestry, or by naturalization, or by reacquisition under Republic Act 9225. Now, when Mr. Lopez was born in 1952, the prevailing constitutional provision was the 1935 Constitution, which clearly states that person whose father is a Filipino is a natural-born Filipino. Now also, he was also born in the United States, and under the principle of the law of the soil, jus soli, he is also a Filipino, he's also an American citizen. Now, since birth, he has been a Filipino citizen. My question to Mr. Lopez, good morning to you, Mr. Lopez, is that ever since you were born, did you had any act express renunciation of your Philippine citizenship?
Mr. Lopez, pwede na pa kayo sumagot diretso.
Magandang umaga po, Kong Rodriguez. Thank you for your question. Could you please repeat it? Matanda na ako. I'm having a senior moment.
Yes, I have stated that since your birth, according to the 1935 Constitution, you were born as a natural-born Filipino. My question is, did you, in any time after your birth up to now, did you commit any act, did you do any act of express renunciation of your Philippine citizenship?
Your Honor, I did not.
Thank you. Also, it is also clear that you were able to also get a certificate of recognition. And precisely the mention of RBR circular in the Bureau of Immigration, RBR is Rufus B. Rodriguez. When I was Commissioner of Bureau of Immigration, and certainly even dual citizens clearly can apply for recognition. And when you applied for recognition, does it mean that you were merely trying to get